Hey, this is Mark Johnson with Iconica Sight and Sound Studio. I'm here to speak on something I can't say I know for a fact, but it's something that I started thinking about, and it I think it deserves further discussion. It's basically a what might be a myth in a big myth. But we'll find out. Let me straighten this up. This is bugging me. Okay, so the circumference of someone's guitar fretboard. We talk about, traditional circumferences. Well, let me first show you this. Here's a fretboard on a neck. The fretboard is where the frets are placed in. If you look at the end of this, you can see this part is flat, straight across, but the top is curved, right? It's got a curve. Now, I don't know for sure, but this looks to be like maybe a 12, 14, somewhere around there, 14, maybe 12. But they get much more curved and much less curved. I had a Ibanez that was, I think it was around 17 something. It was for, well, that brings me to my next point. It has been suggested or even put forth as just a fact that a curved circumference, a very rounded circumference, is better for chording, and a flatter is better for those individuals that likes to that like to solo or noodle, as they say on the fretboard. I'm going to suggest that on a guitar, neither is true. I know this is controversial. I haven't heard anyone else say this, but I don't know why, because, well, let me get to my point. Which brings me to the violin. This is my violin. I got this in 1981, maybe, Christmas. My parents got it for me for Christmas, as I said, and I never learned to play it. I could do little bits, pieces, some chording and some melodies, but nothing amazing at all. The other parts, the bridge and such, are over there. Anyways, look at the curve on this neck. The circumference on that is super severe. And I can tell you from playing a little teeny bit of violin why that's the case. When you are playing a melody, you strum one string at a time, right? You see how my bow is moving in a circular motion or semicircular, right? Imagine trying to play one string if this neck were flat. So for example, here are my strings on my flat violin neck. If I tried to play just one string, I could maybe get this outside string and this outside string, but how would I get the middle strings? I would hit all the strings at once, trying to get this string or this string. So if you curve the neck, let's see if I can do this. There's my curved neck. I look like I'm 90 years old. So now I can hit this one. Then as I tilt, this one I can hit alone. And then as I tilt, this one I can hit, and so forth and so on. Plus, if I want to chord, I can hit 2, 2, or 2. I can't hit 1 and 4 unless I were to go. It doesn't work that way. So you can see the purpose of that curved violin or bass, a viola, what else is it? My favorite I can't think of. Yeah, anyways, those stringed instruments that are played in orchestras and country bands and rock bands like Kansas orchestras, yeah, I said that. That curved neck is vital to get a single string to ring out with a straight bow. On guitar playing, you're not playing with a bow, you're playing with a pick. A pick, and that pick glides across all the strings, but because of the tiny little point, you never hit all the strings at once, ever. If it sounds like you are, it's because you're going quickly, doing a strum. You can even hear that tat 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 tat. Okay, so you can hit individual strings because the pick can go down in between, right? A bow cannot do that. A bow, I mean, like that, but then you're hitting your violin. So my point, on a guitar, the curvature of the neck, I'm going to step out on a limb and say holds no value other than what you're used to or tradition. If you understand something differently, please explain it to me. Now, if your explanation is, well, it's better for chording, or well, a flat neck's better for soloing, that does nothing for me because that's just a statement. It's not evidence of anything. But if you want to explain to me how it's better for chording, please do so. I could imagine if the neck were the opposite. If the neck, well, that's just silly, Mark. Just instead of being convexed, it were concave. Then as you strum, you might miss some strings, right? You hit this one, then you might miss these lower ones. But if it's convexed, you can't help but hit the next string. It's in the way. So a strum is going to be a full strum regardless. The guitars don't have convexed necks or fretboards. So please, by all means, let me know what you think. Call me an idiot, call me stupid, call me naive. But if you're going to do that, please provide some evidence counter to that. Now, if you can, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm 62 years old. I've been playing since I was about, yeah, I've been playing since I was about 15, let's just say 15. And I was told these things with no explanation other than just curved neck is better for quarters, people who like to chord, and flatter necks are for people who like to solo. And it's bothered me for years, and I just never thought about speaking out and saying, hey, what's your take on it? So prove me wrong. I actually wish you could, because then all this fuss about the curve of your neck would make sense. Okay. That's it. Mark Johnson for Iconica Sight and Sound Studio. Please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps us out quite a bit. Thank you so much. And like and comment. Okay, bye-bye. After a while, bathroom tile.